Oh, my son, do not be a chatterbox, and do not utter a word before you think about it, for every place has ears. Guard your mouth, lest it be the cause of your ruin. Ahiqar the Wise. No one outside ourselves can rule us inwardly. When we know this, we become free. Buddha, 563 to 483 BCE. We must not believe the many who say that only free people ought to be educated, but we should rather believe the philosophers who say that only the educated are free. Socrates, circa 470. The secret to happiness is freedom, and the secret to freedom is courage. Thucydides, circa 400 BC. Dictatorship naturally arises out of democracy, and the most aggravated form of tyranny and slavery out of the most extreme liberty. Plato. Human freedom lies in the ability to do what is best, which is embodied in goodness linked to knowledge and morality. Al-Farabi, 874 to 950. Man is free at the moment he wishes to be. René Descartes, 1596 to 1650. Is freedom anything else than the right to live as we wish? Nothing else. Epictetus, 50 to 135 AD. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. Aristotle, 384 to 322 BCE. The only real prison is fear, and the only real freedom is freedom from fear. Aung San Suu Kyi, 1945, present. May freedom be seen, not as the right to do as we please, but as the opportunity to please to do what is right. Peter Marshall, 1926 to 2024. The end of law is not to abolish or restrain, but to preserve and enlarge freedom. For in all the states of created beings capable of laws, where there is no law, there is no freedom. John Locke, 1632 to 1704. For to be free is not merely to cast off one's chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. Nelson Mandela, 1918 to 2013. The more freedom we enjoy, the greater the responsibility we bear, toward others as well as ourselves. Oscar Arias Sanchez, 1940 to 2012. None are more hopelessly enslaved than those who falsely believe they are free. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, 1749 to 1832. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion. Albert Camus, 1913 to 1960. Freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistakes. Mahatma Gandhi, 1869 to 1948. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. Martin Luther King, Jr., 1929 through 1968. When we lose the right to be different, we lose the privilege to be free. Charles Evans Hughes, 1862 to 1948. Freedom is the will to be responsible to ourselves. Friedrich Nietzsche, 1844 to 1900. Necessity is blind until it becomes conscious. Freedom is the consciousness of necessity. Karl Marx, 1818 to 1883.